From Tobacco Republic in Loomis, California, the Loomis Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. Welcome back. Scott Robinson with you for another episode of Beyond the Humidor. I am not going to delay. We're going to talk about the cigars that we are smoking. We're going to have some fan mail and some cigar news. But let's go ahead and start it off and go around the table. Anthony, how you doing over there?
I'm doing all right.
Outstanding. You want to talk a little bit about the MASH podcast? You were working on a little something.
Yes, I am working on something quite interesting. Surprise, secret behind the scenes time. This episode of the Beyond the Humidor podcast is only a week after the last one we recorded. So very recently, we just did the episode for the end of season 3, Abyssinia Henry. I need a little bit of filler before we start season 4. So our next, as of when you're going to hear this, the next episode of the Best Care Anywhere podcast will be a game of Jeopardy with Ethan and 2 of our recurring guests. I've been setting up some Jeopardy questions, MASH themed Jeopardy questions and categories, and I've come to the conclusion that entire probably hour 20-minute-ish episode is just going to be 2 MASH nerds pushing Ethan into a corner and just flogging him mercilessly.
I mean, damn, you read a few of the questions preview for us, and
it's
them are hard.
I've never set up a game of Jeopardy. So here's a couple things I ran into real quick. One, it's not just a 5-question category about MASH. It is an entire Jeopardy game that is MASH themed. So I need to find a good gradient of difficult to easy questions, but also 2 of the people playing the game are my level of nerd, if not more, about the show, and one of them is a newbie. So that makes that gradient even harder to find, because I don't want Ethan to feel like he is just getting no points on the board, but I also don't want to make it so easy. If I don't make it hard enough for the experts, there's 0 chance for Ethan to score. But if I make it all questions Ethan can answer, then the experts are just quicker on the buzzer, and it's a cakewalk for them.
You might as well spot the kid 5,000 points.
I've thought the one handicap I think I would give Ethan to encourage him to answer more would be the lose the point value of the question if you answer wrong does not apply to him. That is the only handicap I have thought to give him.
No.
No quarter, let him suffer?
Fuck yeah, because there's always one person on Jeopardy who sucks so hard. So when it gets by the end of the second round, you got the 2 in contention, and then you got the poor schmo that's like at 200 or something.
And he can risk it all.
Not have a chance.
I think the only additional rule I will add is if you don't know the answer, but you buzz in and make me laugh with your answer, like you make a joke or say it in character or something, I'll give you 50 points.
No.
Just flat.
No. It has to be true Jeopardy. Survival of the fittest.
Man, you a cruel man today.
No shit.
Hear that, Ethan? Scott wants you to die.
I don't want him to die, but see, just giving him points is almost insulting.
I guess I did give him kind of I literally made a double Jeopardy category, just the Ethan comeback category, which isn't even questions about MASH. It's literally, Ethan, if you're listening to this, plug your ears. Literally one of the questions is, what model of car did Chevrolet release in 1958? If he doesn't get fucking Impala right the entire if he fucks that question up, I'm just ending the show.
I'm here to tell you.
Literally handing it to him on a silver platter. At that
Question.
point. Yes.
What are you doing next year for the filler between episode 4 and 5? Or, is this Naked and Afraid, or what? What's
Naked
next?
and Afraid would be fun. No, I think we're gonna get.
For who?
I think we're just gonna get cadavers and say you have 2 hours to perform surgery on this patient. Go, but no. If it goes well, we might do just season 4 Jeopardy, which that's part of the other thing that made this Jeopardy hard is I've wanted to do like quiz Ethan with some of the cards I have from the trivia game, but it just I never thought to do it because our wrap-up episodes ended up being at a weird time when both of us were between either jobs or between summer stuff or between school for Ethan. So this version of it is 3 seasons worth of shit, whereas if we do it in the future, it'll just be 1 season, which I think will make it a lot less
shitty.
A lot less shitty. It'll be fun for me and maybe Ethan and definitely the guests and the people who listen. So we'll see.
So, question, because I'm really intrigued by this concept.
Yes.
Are you going to have like the groovy Jeopardy board, or they have to imagine it in their imagination?
You
didn't get to see the computer.
You didn't get to see the computer. There is a website called Jeopardy Labs where you create your own Jeopardy board. Yes.
You don't say.
Yes. The only thing it doesn't do is it does not do the daily double for you. I would have to artificially like pre-select what questions are the daily doubles beforehand and remember to
put the celebration music.
Yeah,
the beep, beep,
and it's
beep,
weird,
beep,
and
beep.
it's weird because none of that music will probably be happening live because that is that's one too many layers of buttons I need to press as the solo host. If I had a production team that could press buttons for me, I would, but I have to run the buzzer and the game and ask the questions and keep track of points. I'm not going to try to add cueing sound at the same time with all that. So
You could pull it off though if you used my cart wall.
yeah, but I only have 2 computer monitors. I need to see the guests. I need to see the buzzer controls. I need to see the recording software to make sure everything's on the up and up, and I need to see the questions. While also
he's only got one good eye.
while sharing the screen of the questions and the board to the guests. So it
Yeah.
Good luck.
yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot of troubleshooting that happens. I might learn that the quiz is way too fucking hard. I might learn it's way too fucking easy. I might learn that I fucking nailed it perfectly. We'll see.
So, needless to say, on the next episode, tune in for a discussion on Ethan's death and how we need to find a new host for his podcast.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say get ready for Cigar Jeopardy, but
I was about to say that might be
negative.
Ghost Rider.
Oh, come on.
Again,
You and I can do that as an on the balcony episode.
here's the thing. Here's the problem, though. Like I explained,
It's going to be a from the wheelchair episode.
61 questions is a standard game of Jeopardy. In my case, I have too much knowledge to pull from. Cigar-wise, how granular and shitty do you want to be to each other as far as what questions do you
Well, we don't have to do. Remember, we are beyond the humidor, so we can do like a Rocky category, a Pornhub category. So Greg, I have a chance.
Pornhub. No.
Fuck
no,
you,
no,
a
no,
Christmas movie category, asshole.
Yeah.
I won't have a hard time with that one. I'm familiar with all the Christmas movies.
Really? Name 3.
I'm thinking that if this goes well for the MASH podcast in the future, I will crowdsource some questions from our Patreon supporters. I think that would be a very interesting time.
Could be.
So yeah, the Game Master Anthony over here is plotting and conniving. I might end a friendship next week. I don't know. We'll see. No, I ran it by Ethan. I'm like, are you prepared to be basically the butt of this episode? He's like, bring it on, baby. And I'm like, I love you. This is why we're friends.
Oh my God, such a sport.
Such a sport.
Hey, Greg, how you doing?
Well, considering half the questions he asked, I didn't know the answer to, and I know it pretty well. Not a bad week so far. Countdown to my vacation and Rocky Mountain Cigar Festival has begun.
Right on.
We'll be done with Rocky Mountain when this episode airs, but nonetheless, it's going to be an interesting weekend and see what happens. It's Brown's first time going, and he's never been there before, so it should be an interesting one. And it's supposed to be hot at 5,000 feet. Couple things.
It's always a joy.
Yeah, a couple things later on in the show. We did I went to the Gem Show on Sunday, supporting one of our listeners here that is part of the Roseville Rock Club, and we'll have to talk about the interesting things I saw there.
Go rock on. Hey, Lawrence, how you doing over there?
Fabulous.
You look fabulous.
Bless you.
As we said about this Monday, moderately shitty.
Yeah,
Shittier for others, moderately shitty for some.
Shitly.
We're drudging through it.
Love it. Hey, man, what are we drinking on this episode?
We pirated some libations from the secret cabinet here at Tobacco Republic, we have some Buffalo Trace that we are throwing down here. Just your basic off. What the fuck? Your basic off the shelf, Buffalo Trace straight bourbon whiskey. So,
well, we shall see how the Buffalo Trace pairs with the cigars that I have provided. We are smoking two. Two of us are smoking, well, two of us are smoking one, two of us are smoking the other.
Yeah, you and Larry are smoking one, and Anthony and I are smoking the other.
All right, so I'll just kick this off. What I am smoking, and Lawrence, the Monte Cristo Espada Signature in 6x55. Of course, it features my favorite leaf, the Nicaraguan. It's from Nicaragua, of course, medium strength with a Nicaraguan wrapper, and Colorado. The wrapper is Colorado in color with a Nicaraguan binder. Filler is Nicaraguan. So it's like, yeah, all Nicaraguan. I love it. I have not lit this yet. Larry, how are you coming along thus far?
I just fired it up right when we got started. Very smooth. Mm-hmm. It was funny. I wasn't getting any aroma before the light, and even trying to cold draw it before the light, wasn't really getting anything.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often on a cigar, but very smooth, very creamy. I'm really enjoying this so far.
Okay, well, something I found that was real interesting about this one, this was a collaboration between Rafael Nordal, Grupos de Maestro, and the Plasencia family.
Oh, no kidding.
This is actually done by Plasencia. So I'm looking forward to lighting this up. And with my kick-ass Monte Cristo lighter, I got this from a Monte Cristo rep in Vegas when I was there last. And since I bought a shitload of cigars and a lot of Monte Cristo, he gifted me this lighter along with a kick-ass ashtray.
Nice.
So, yeah. The only problem, and this is what we talked about in the last episode, how much shit is too much shit that you get between all the swag you get when you start buying stuff. You start going for boxes, and you go to the cigar shop and you run into a rep and you buy enough, and he's like, hey, why don't you take this? Hey, why don't you take this too? Who am I to say no?
You should never say no.
Absolutely. So while I like this, Greg's going to tell us about the other cigar that is being featured on this show.
So it's funny that you and I got the heavy one, Anthony, because this one is the Monte Cristo 1935 Aniversario. It is, of course, as usual, Nicaraguan wrapper, binder, and filler. Monte Cristo turned 85 this year, and Altadis USA decided to celebrate the milestone achievement by creating the Monte Cristo 1935 Anniversary Nicaraguan cigar. This one is all Nicaraguan tobaccos grown on A.J. Fernandez farms throughout the country. Well-balanced Nicaraguan Puro blended, aged an additional 2 years after rolling to provide medium to full-body profile, creamy smooth, and highly fragrant, which it smells like tobacco, but there's definitely on the just the smell of the foot. There's a pepper note in there. You can smell it. It's in there. So this is going to be interesting for me.
Can I ask, how far were you planning to put that cigar?
It doesn't fit.
It's not a cute.
So that's as far as it can go. This one is a box pressed. Comes in 4 vitolas. We happen to be smoking the Toro, which is a 6x54. And, they describe it with dark roast coffee, cinnamon, earth, and spices. Comes in a box of 10. Beautiful box, beautiful cigar, and thank you, by the way, for providing it.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of looking forward to it, so we'll light this up and see. Now, Anthony has already gotten into it. What's your first initial on the few puffs there, Anthony?
Wishing I had left the house sooner and grabbed a burrito or something. Other than that, so far so good. Really, really dark, a little spicy. That's all I got for you for now. Give me a little bit longer to get
A little time to get into it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
All right, my friend Greg, as you light your cigar, don't choke to death.
Let's start with, where are you? Fan mail. So, Brian Ferris, as you know, Brian is our OG fan from Tennessee.
Right on.
He writes, "Greetings from hot, wet, and sticky Tennessee. Now that's good when you're with the ladies. Not so much when you're trying to get." Wow, Brian. Not so good when you're trying to enjoy sticks outdoors and keep these sticks healthy. Today it was 93 degrees with the heat index making it feel like 100. Anyways, I think that I am in need of a humidor. So what kind do you recommend? Any to stay away from? Or should I just stick to Tupladors with Bovita packs? He goes on to say, I keep the containers in the cabinet that receives no light and use 96% humidity packs and containers I can squeeze most of the air out of, and it seems to be working pretty well.
Wait. 96%?
I'm sorry, 69%.
I was about to say, what the?
Little less Dexic, okay?
It's just a bag of water.
Lex Dixick.
I mean, what advice do we...
Licks Dixick? What?
Wow. Interesting. Dyslexic.
Sold only at Winn-Dixie.
Yes. So what advice would we have? I mean, a tabletop humidor is nice. However, it's a display piece.
Yeah.
His Tuplador idea that he's got going on, they're inexpensive and they function. So for me, it's kind of form over function. I mean, I have a large cabinet humidor. I have a coffin humidor. I have several desktops that I don't even use.
Oh, yeah.
So it's one of those for me, Brian, my advice would be if what you got works and it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because when you look at a desktop humidor, especially out where you're at, now I'm not familiar with Tennessee as much, but if your humidity is going wacko all summer long, your humidor is going to try to go wacko all summer long because you can't really open it.
You're going to be fighting that sumbitch all the time.
Well, see. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It kind of comes down to what you're looking to do. If you're wanting to display the cigars a little more, then having some type of furniture piece maybe the way to go. But if all you're looking for is keeping the quality of your sticks, you've probably got about the best idea going right now with the Tuplador, as it were.
Yeah, I would agree. You pretty much stole my thunder with that statement because I was going to say, what exactly do you want to do? If you just want to store them, period, and you don't care about displaying them, hey, you're doing just fine. As far as, I'm looking at this person opening the door, hoping he does not hit my car, this would be the wrong day to do that.
Tink. It's got peg legs out there after him. Excuse me, sir.
Anyway, still looking. Okay, why is my car lighting up? I'm about to get up and kick someone's ass. Okay. All right. Anyway.
Shouldn't your phone be saying, "Excuse me, sir, someone's looking at me weird. I need you to intervene. Deploy countermeasures." ?
Wrong. Its name is Mr. Roboto, so wrong voice, but I like your thinking.
Yeah, but Scott bought it in his neighborhood. It's like, yo, man, get the fuck away from my car.
I did not buy it in my neighborhood. I bought it in Rockland, dude.
So it's going to sound like an effeminate white man. Is what
You got me.
Excuse me. Hi.
You got me.
Hello. Pardon me, sir.
I will go out there like, who's that motherfucker from The Walking Dead with that spiked bat and a red scarf?
Hated that program, don't know. Most useless waste of television time on the planet. And for all of you that disagree with me, fuck off.
Hey.
This is from a guy who watched Downton Abbie.
Yes.
Faulty Towers.
Yes. And Canal Boat Diaries.
Hey, we kind of shined on Brian, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, what I was saying was...
Meanwhile, back
Sorry,
at the fort,
Scott got distracted.
Chicken squirrel. If you're looking for a piece of furniture to display your cigars, you can't really go wrong. The problem is if you do it online, you're not 100% sure if it seals well. So check reviews, and the shipping is a motherfucker. Because you could get a $400 piece of furniture as a humidor, and it'll cost you $250 in shipping.
Well, the other thing, too, when you go to a large frame humidor like what you have, for example, Scott, remember Roy ordered one. When it got delivered, it looked like somebody ran a pallet jack through it, and they had to ship him a new one.
Right.
So it becomes impossible. The other thing about glass humidors with glass on them, you have to get food-grade silicone and seal the glass on the inside because glass humidor doors are notorious for leaking.
Yep. Yes, absolutely. So I would just say if you choose to go that route, get it from a reputable supplier, someone who backs their product, and check the reviews. Because there is a chance that there may be something wrong with it. But so long as you can call them and say, hey, this thing is fucked up, and they say, no problem, we'll ship you a new one. Not
that they're a sponsor, because we're not, but Quality Imports is one of the better humidor companies on the market. So it's one to look into. But realistically, if your Tuplador is fine, don't change it.
Yeah, like I said, it depends on what you want to do. If you want a piece of furniture in your house, by all means, I would say, get one, because I'm in the same situation you are. I have two autographed. I have one autographed by Rocky and one autographed by Nish. Those carbon fiber humidors some years ago that they were, I won't say giving out at the event because you had to buy a few boxes, but I have those and they're just sitting idle. I have another tabletop humidor that's sitting on my shelf. I've got like a box, actually a Monte Cristo cigar box that acts as a humidor that looked so nice. It was like bare wood, beautiful. And I threw a Boveda pack in that, and I've got to put cigars in that just in my office.
Yeah, I've got one of the black lacquer ones, boxes, that has the gauge in the front of it. Another thing I would suggest is steer clear of Marketplace, Craigslist, anything like that. 99% of the stuff you're going to see on there as far as humidors, something's wrong with them.
Or they aren't humidors.
Or
they aren't really humidors.
They either leak, they're water damaged where they've had an issue with their humidification. They're not really a humidor. There's a reason somebody's getting rid of them.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's not a good reason.
Hang on, I think I may have just coined a new phrase. A Timudor.
A Timudor. I love it.
There's got to be Timu. Dude, I think I found an episode of the podcast. How much budget do we got? I think we need to review some Timu humidors. Holy shit. I know that. Hang on. Anthony's doing research.
Oh, he almost screwed it up.
Did it.
So,
Vivor, the equipment.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, Vivor has humidors, jackass.
Okay, we're getting a Vivor humidor along with the a Vivador.
A Vivador.
Okay, so hold on. Let me say this. Excluding Temu, or what the hell's the other one? Alibaba, although you get that shit in bulk.
Yeah.
Order 100 Alibaba humidors.
If you do go on the marketplace, though, and you're quasi-handy, and you can see it up close to see what's wrong with it, if it just takes you maybe putting some sealant or silicone to fix it, it would be worth it if you just find a screaming deal. So I would say don't sleep on Marketplace, but just be able to see it to make sure that it closes well, or if you have a plan for fixing it. Because you could probably get a kick-ass deal. You could have a cigar lover kick the bucket, and the wife just wants to get rid of it.
Might come with cigars, too. You never know.
Well, yeah.
But there is a way to test the seal on a tabletop humidor. Take a $1 bill, put it halfway through, close the lid. If you can pull it out with resistance, it'll seal well. If it slides out really easily, it won't seal well.
Exactly. Russian taught me that.
Ronald taught me that.
Very nice.
Which Russian? Standard?
That was good. He might be Russian. We don't know.
Yeah, it could be. So I got a text message, too. And it's from James in Grass Valley. Looky what James is up to.
That's cute.
For those of you who are listening to this podcast, James is making pork belly burn ends, and he's also got some 3 gallons of hard cider in the ferment.
Okay, pull the picture of those burn ends.
Uh-oh.
You see, I see one problem already, and they might be delicious.
Hold that thought for 1 second.
I'm holding thought.
For those of you listening to this, if you wish to see the picture, I suggest you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Beyond the Humidor, so you can see the videos of the program and the pictures we put up.
Very good. Anyway, not criticizing his cooking, but I'm just looking at the presentation. There's too much liquid at the bottom. And even so, it's not thick enough.
Throw in some molasses and brown sugar.
No. You have to put just the right amount just to cover the burn ends. And then that's the last portion of the cook. Maybe one day I will provide instruction on how to make kick-ass pork belly burn ends, but those might taste good. I wouldn't have a problem tasting them.
They look good.
Yep, I was just looking at the liquid at the bottom of the pan. I'm like, oh, that's too much liquid. Because usually when I do a second to the last cook, when I have that liquid at the bottom, I'll drain that liquid off or put it in a whole new pan to make sure it doesn't, seep over, just so that I can have whatever sauce is just stuck to the burn end, and that's all that's there. You know this because when I present them, there's a riot.
This is true.
Now, the sauce you pour off, have you ever put that in your baked beans?
You know what? I haven't done that, but that's a really interesting way of doing it, and I wouldn't mind doing that at all because that would be good.
Gives you that little bit of flavor.
And some pork fat.
Oh, yeah. Pork fat is good. Very good. Now you got me thinking I need to go pick up some burn ends. I need to regain my balance and sanity this week, so I'm thinking I may make a therapeutic pan of burn ends.
Burn ends therapy.
Yep.
It works.
That's what I do. When things go shitty, I break out the barbecue. So that might happen this week. Okay.
Greg, what are you thinking now that you got that thing lit?
So, first impression, half an inch in. Full-bodied my ass. This is a solid medium. There's not as much pepper note as I was expecting from the smell. I do see the spice notes to it. It's more of a baking spice versus pepper, which I'm really enjoying. So this is a medium. This is not a full-bodied by any means.
Okay.
It may change as I get further in, but I don't know yet.
Fire. Scott's trying to light himself up.
How about you, Scott? That's the initial light for you, isn't it?
Initial light, I agree with Larry. Very creamy. Because it's all Nicaraguan, it feels like just one flavor, which is not a bad thing because it's Nicaraguan, and Nicaraguan leaf kicks ass. But very smooth, creamy. It's pairing well with, it's pairing well with the Buffalo Trace.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice.
And what did they say this was? This was a medium to full?
Medium.
Medium? Okay, yeah, I would say mild to medium.
Yeah,
it's on the low end of medium.
It's like
for
a
sure.
mid-mild to medium, I would say.
But a lot of smoke volume. But yeah, super creamy.
Yes.
But that's the thing about all Nicaraguan tobacco. You don't get a lot of variation.
Yeah, it's not complex.
But no, this is really nice.
Very nice. I mean, they're great. So I've always been a fan of Monte Cristo. My favorite are the white labels and the platinums.
Yes.
Those are the two that I seem to enjoy the most. But this one could definitely become into my rotation at this point.
Yeah, price point $17.
That's not unreasonable.
Not at all.
You know, I mean, this is California after all. But that was in Vegas.
Yeah.
So in California, 25.
Yeah, 28.
Yeah, thereabouts.
That's I mean, still not horrible, but
No.
you know. Yeah.
But we're a hop, skip, and a jump. Hop, skip, and a jump from the Nevada border. So,
So we talked a few months back about Scandinavian Tobacco Group discontinuing 55 SKUs. Mm-hmm. The boys are back at it. Now it's 34 more.
Wow.
But let's talk about first of their price increase as of today, August 4th. Scandinavian Tobacco Group is increasing their prices for cigars it sells in America. 3 guesses why.
Tariffs.
Correct. There's a 5% charge being added to every order to the account for tariff charge. That obviously is going to get passed down to the consumer.
Of course.
That being said, for those of you that don't know Scandinavian Tobacco Group, they are the owners of General Cigar Company, brands such as CAO, Don Thomas, Macanudo, the non-Cuban version of Cohiba. We'll get to that in a minute because you have more information on that than I do. Hoya de Monterrey, Punch, and Sancho Panza, all the non-Cuban versions. They also own Forged. Forged Cigar Company sells Alec Bradley, Chilling Moose, Diesel, Room 101, and non-Cuban versions of Bolivar, El Rey de Mundo, and La Gloria Cubana, and, of course, Partagas. Ooh. They also have Meyer and Dutch. For those of you that like these cigars, okay. It sells 5 Vega, Ave Maria, Man of War, Nica Libre, and various Buffalo Trace branded cigars. So let's talk about SKUs they're getting rid of. For those of you that are Alec Bradley fans, and I'm not going to lie, I do like a couple of their cigars. So some of these are like, really? The Alec Bradley the Alec Bradley American line is taking a hit. They're getting rid of the Corona and the Torpedo in the Classic blend. They're getting rid of the Corona and the Torpedo in the Sun-Grown blend.
Wow. Alec Bradley took a pretty big hit in the first round, too, man.
Yeah, and I'm not done yet.
Oof.
So the Caribbean series, Classic Churchill, Classic Gordo, Classic Robusto, and Classic Toro, gone. The Connecticut series, Churchill, Nano, and Torpedo, bye.
Wow.
How about Alec Bradley, It's a Boy and It's a Girl, see ya. The Lineage 665 and Robusto, gone. The Max Nano, the Spirit of Cuba, Natural Robusto, gone. And this happens to be one of my favorites in one of my favorite sizes. The Tempest in Corona. The Natural Corona, Natural Robusto, and Natural Torpedo. Bye.
Wow.
And finally, for Alec Bradley, I mean, mind you, between last time's cut and this one, this is like a third, if not half of their line.
Oh, yeah, probably closer to half.
Yeah. The Chunk, Maduro L, and the Maduro 2XL. Bye-bye.
Wow. That's a good... those are both good cigars.
Yeah, they are. The CAO, Bones Matador, Pilon Corona, and Steel Horses Handbrake. Bye.
Wow.
I don't know this brand. I'm not familiar with it, but the Flavor, FLVR, Space Ranger Corona, Ski Chalet, and Yacht Rock, all in Corona, gone. The Excalibur Cameroon, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight 2, gone.
All 3 good cigars.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this one just pisses me off because this was a great stick and it still is a great stick. Hoya de Monterrey Sumatra Churchill, the Maduro Sultans, and the La Amistad Black Rothschild, all from Hoya. Goodbye.
Loving the sound effects, my friend.
And then they go on about talking about their price increases throughout a whole bunch of different ones. But realistically, if these are all brands that I've mentioned that are ones you like, you need to find them while you can because they're not going to be on the market long because they're not producing them. So whatever they've got in the stores, whatever they've still got in the warehouses to be shipped out, and then that's it.
Yikes.
But that's also something that to risk the lash of Scandinavian Tobacco Group, it's what they've done ever since they took over half these companies. They pared down the lines and streamlined the companies.
Yeah.
You know, the only one they haven't really torpedoed really bad yet is Room 101, and that's because Matt Booth is still the creative director.
Yeah, but that's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's
It's a lot.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you go to this article's not on LumaCigarCartel.com yet, because it just came out today. But if you go to our cigar news section of LumaCigarCartel.com and scroll back a few months, you'll see the 55 lines that got the axe before. I've got them all listed on the website, so you can take a look at what those are. It's just one of those where, it's a lot, and there really isn't much that we can do other than buy them while we can, especially like for me, that Sumatra Churchill is one of my favorites, and it go bye-bye.
Yeah. So you're going to be perusing Cigar Bid, are you not?
Believe it or not, that's not normally on Cigar Bid.
Oh, okay.
But, if it does come up, I'm going to try and get them. That's another interesting thing that I've been noticing lately. Have you been on it recently?
Yeah, I bought a couple of things today. Usually I buy like some Romeo and Julieta and CAO Gold.
So the interesting thing is I've been seeing a lot of stuff. I think people have lost the idea of what Cigar Bid is for. Because a lot of stuff is being bid up to MSRP or higher. Typically, when you're on Cigar Bid, especially the popular stuff,
Yeah.
you need to, you really need to, sorry, my brain doesn't want to work. It's a deal site. It's like eBay. We're trying to get it as little as possible here, not bid the thing to the damn moon.
Well, yeah, see, here's the problem, though, and I thought about what you were saying, because you've said this before. For some people who are in cigar deserts, or they have a brick and mortar where there's not a huge selection, because we're kind of spoiled. Mm-hmm. I mean, in this area, this Humidor alone at Tobacco Republic is one of the largest, if not the largest, in the area.
Right.
And then we have a couple of comparable ones within, I mean, the one closest to this is a 20-minute drive, and then maybe a 30-minute drive to another one that has a quasi, a pretty decent selection over at Z's. Mm-hmm. And then if you go beyond that,
then even you've got the Cigar
Club.
Cigar Club, thank you, the one over there off Exposition.
Yeah, in Sacramento. Mm-hmm. So if you're in a cigar desert, you will bid probably close to MSRP because you can't get it anyway. If you can get it cheaper than someplace like Atlantic Cigar, for instance, I use that site, ever so often for things that I can't find. Yeah. Speaking of, and I shouldn't give this away because someone might buy them all up, Adventura is over at Atlantic Cigar.
Don't give shit like that out on the air.
Come on.
If you guys haven't had them, do what Scott says. Go buy some because they're really stellar cigars.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And they have the pirate ship.
What?
Yes. So
I
check out.
have one.
I'll chip in on a box.
Yeah, check out Atlantic Cigar for sure.
So I forgot. We haven't discussed this in several episodes because it's been in my we need to discuss and we haven't got to it yet. So we got time.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is an article that was put out by Cigar Press, so credit where credit is due. Fred Reway is, I believe, how you pronounce his name. He wrote this article. It's on Cigar Press.
Okay.
And I thought this would be some great conversation because it's just hilarious article. The article is titled, What Your Cigar Cut Says About You. And none of this will be nice.
Here it comes.
So let's start with the guillotine cut.
All right.
Happens to be my favorite, typically Scott's favorite too. You are a classicist. I didn't say classy, so please follow along. You're a purist. You probably started a leather journal with an intent of keeping your cigar bands. I did that. And are making intricate notes. I'm guessing you made it 3 pages and stopped. Yes, I did. You have a particular aisle at the cigar shop you will go nowhere near for fear of messing up your tried and true lineup. The same person has cut your hair for the last 10 years. Also true. Full disclosure, the author is pretty much in this category.
Okay.
V-cut.
Go on.
You have probably mentioned draw and cigar flavor to at least 3 people this week. You have an opinion on deep V-cuts versus a regular V-cut. You are also often left out in the cold when you forget to bring your cutter and everyone around you has something else. Fortunately, the aficionado over by the Wooden Indian talking to the staff for the last 4 hours has a V-cut with them. That said, you can break down a movie plot better than anyone.
Go on. I will reserve my comments till the end.
Okay. Punch cut. You have napkins in your car, but you would never dare to eat anything in your car. You like things to be clean. Your shirt and pants are dry cleaned. You pick up tips on Reddit about the virtues of punch cuts and just stuck with it. You are most likely candidate to talk about the importance of smoking quality tobacco while enjoying a coffee-flavored one. That said, you are the perfect person I would invite to plan a cigar event.
Keep going.
The knife cut. You've seen Rambo 23 times. Trust me, my home shop is in Florida, and I'm not far off. You will use the knife to cut snacks, rope, cigars, whatever gives you the chance to take it out and open it with one-handed flick of your wrist. You mentioned Damascus at least twice a week, and were a total buzzkill about the fake sword fighting during Game of Thrones. You said that you were most likely handy. That said, you are the most likely handy person to have around if there's a zombie apocalypse. And this is my cigar cutter of choice, the perfect cutter with the backstop. That is my go-to every day. It's what I use. Nothing says I'm a grown-ass man than making sure mommy has your back when you go to cut your cigar. Let's face it, you know what you are good at and what you're not good at. Why have sharp scissors when you can own some well-rounded edges? Why own a barbecue grill when you can just boil your steak sous vide style? You are the reason Jägermeister, Goldschlager, and the Mermaid Water mocktail was invented. On the plus side, you are the best person in the world to invite to a potluck party. I'm eating 7-layer dip for days. Biting your cigar. You are pure chaos. You are two bears. You have grilled steaks on a tailpipe of a car, opened beer bottles with your ear, and eaten the peanut shells. You don't listen to cigar reviews. You don't read tasting notes from anyone. You only taste tobacco and passion. On the plus side, you are either the most knowledgeable person in the room or the least if you could go either way.
I feel threatened. I feel attacked. Continue.
Fingernail.
Yes. Please continue.
Cutting your cigar with your fingernail.
Okay.
Think about who does this, Larry, in this shop. It's only one person.
Alfred.
No. The proprietor.
Oh, yeah, that goofy old fuck.
You are a monster. I mean, not Dexter level, but you know you are up there. You have all 5 seasons of MacGyver on DVD. You firmly believe you can smoke through the band, cut cigars in half, and store cigars at 45% humidity in the glove box of your 1977 Datsun Honeybee. You are nice, likely really nice. It could also be why no one ever told you about the secret member lounge upstairs.
God, we could rewrite that and it'd be perfect for him.
Yes, we could. Other cigar cutting methods. Did I leave anyone out? What about the guy that only borrows cutters? Where does he fall into all this? For me, I'm pretty much a double guillotine cut kind of guy. Well, I say that, but Steve Saka with his guillotine to Saka cutter screwed all that up. And if you've ever seen that cutter, it's really cool. It's also $400. I'm not saying the personality results are true in every case, but I think I might have narrowed it down a bit. I found a lot of joy reading that article because it was just entertaining. But Scott, you look like I have now generated a rant. So by all means, go right ahead.
1 second. No disrespect to the author. What the fuck is that piece of horse shit? Oh my God. People who write articles about cutting cigars, I find it interesting that he said punch and knife, because when he said punch, I can just see me punching him in the face. Knifing, and you're about to set yourself on fire. If we were in a prison, he'd be the first person I'd shake. Again, what the fuck is that horse shit? Well, if you cut it straight, you are this person. What the fuck? Let me make it simple for you. In a couple of sentences, you cut your cigar, however the fuck you want. It doesn't mean anything. Of course, if you do bite it, you are somewhat of a monster. But okay, I can buy that. And by the way, there were 7 seasons of MacGyver, not 5.
Scott has no whimsy.
I guess that. I guess we know where he falls now.
Yes, we do.
Where do I fall?
Next week on Beyond the Humidor, what your star sign says about your tobacco smoking choices.
Don't
You
laugh.
just want to
Don't
send me.
laugh. I can probably find an article like that.
Are you just trying to send me on a 3-state
same
killing
author?
spree?
Very likely.
You know, pretty soon I'm going to have like a lot more free time. So
You gonna drive to New York and go to the NFL office? What are you gonna do?
I don't need an
how do
AR
you-
to get the job done.
How do you how do you try to go shoot up the NFL office and accidentally kill one of the lower level CEOs of the BlackRock company? How the fuck do you accidentally that?
Because you
get
don't
on
know
the
what
wrong
floor it's
elevator.
on.
Literally got on the wrong elevator.
What the fuck is this Gilligan's Island shit? God, I hate the human race.
I know, but we have to suffer them. You know, I didn't expect that quite of a reaction, but you know, I read the article a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, you know, we need to bring this up on the show because it's interesting to see
Did
what
you?
they have to say. Yes, Larry, what's your opinion now that Scott's pontificated?
I've done pretty much every one of those things at
Right.
one point or another, and I don't really give a shit. You know, I mean, you know, if they had a wooden cigar store Indian in this son of a bitch, I'd be talking to it too, because it's better than the conversation you get out of half the people in this fucking place. So you know, I mean, it is what it is. I have seen people use a fingernail. I have seen people use a pocket knife. I have seen people bite the end off of a cigar. I've seen them use every type of cutter that possible. I saw a guy punch a Asylum 13, one of those giant 70
The
ring.
70s or the 80s?
Yeah, I saw him punch with a corkscrew, wine corkscrew, at a wedding I was at.
You know what? If it's a choice between doing that and not smoking a cigar,
I'm using the
fucking
corkscrew.
bravo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you got to, you know, it's improvise, adapt, overcome, you know.
Good job, Marine.
You know,
What the fuck? What this says about you? What do you write for fucking Cosmo?
Very likely.
Oh my god!
So, you know,
I need more alcohol.
What I find it interesting is in that one is because, you know, if you think about it, I use a punch, I use a V cut, I use a straight cut, and I use the safety back cut. I like the safety back cut because it's convenient. I think there are cigars, though, that lend themselves to a V cut because it gives you more smoke. It opens a cigar up better.
I'd use a live beaver if I could carry it around in a cage. I'm just saying.
Who says you can't?
Yeah. Could you imagine that, man? Pull like a live squirrel out of your pocket.
Ding, 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 ding.
Your whole gnaws the end off the cigar. You put the squirrel back in your pocket.
Speaking of, did you know that California squirrels are becoming carnivorous? I'm absolutely serious.
You got too much free time on your
I
hands.
shit, dude. When I do the radio show, I gotta find like
This is what
crazy.
Buc-ee's does to a man.
Yes, it is. Good job, Anthony.
When I'm producing, when I sub for Pat on the Pat Walsh Show on KFBK News Radio 93.1 FM, 1530 AM, and live everywhere, streaming on your iHeartRadio app. So when I do that, I have to give Pat a plug. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
But I have to come across interesting articles, and I came across this one that a number of California ground squirrels are becoming carnivorous.
Who determined this?
Somebody who's into researching squirrels. I
Sounds
guess.
like a UC Davis thing or something stupid like that.
Yeah, they they're not able to eat the nuts and the
Berries.
berries because the voles are eating them. So the squirrels adapt and improvise. They're eating the voles.
Huh.
Yeah,
I'll be damned.
There are a terrifying number of animals that will become carnivores if other options are not available. It is Kind of terrifying.
Well, yeah, imagine if the squirrels unite and they come after us.
Look,
They
Well,
get
you're thinking too small. If horses were just omnivores, humans wouldn't exist. Do you imagine a fucking carnivorous horse? We wouldn't have made it. We wouldn't have fucking made it.
I can just see it now. It's like, do you hear that? No.
We're lucky more animals don't hunt us for prey. Like a bear will outrun your ass. Like
Not in Scott's condition, it won't.
I've got a fucking 270.
You think that's enough?
I could go buy a 50 cow.
I'm sorry, what about Scott's condition makes him run faster than a bear?
No. Scott's the one. You and I will be able to outrun Scott, and you and I will get away.
So my previous statement of you can't outrun a bear was true without your caveat.
And just in case Scott can run out faster than us, I'll put a bullet in the other knee, and then hope to God he doesn't shoot my ass as I go by.
I'll just run you over with the Tesla.
Does anyone know what one of the few animals that does actively hunt humans as prey is?
Aside from a tiger,
Tiger is one of them.
Leopard.
Hippos.
lion.
Lions actually don't as much.
Tell that to the British.
Polar bears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with polar bears.
I got $100 on the polar bear when Scott's got his 270.
Well, yeah, I'd get something way bigger than that, like a 4.54 Casal.
Yeah. Yep.
Now it's time for gun talk.
Scott's busy trying to wipe his ass with frozen toilet paper. Gets picked off by a bear. What happened? I don't know.
Well, that's probably how it'll end.
On the
knowing
bumper
my luck.
dumper?
Yep.
40 below, the bear has the advantage.
Yeah, the only difference between me and Elvis is the temperature.
I believe in some of the far north parts of Alaska and Canada, it is a unspoken rule that you do not lock your vehicles. You do not lock like outhouses and sheds and stuff, so that if someone gets cornered by a bear, they have somewhere to go. Like they can dive in random truck or random bobcat or something that is at least something to get between them and the bear.
Bobcat, he means,
No.
Likening
Tractor.
I'm just thinking outhouse, like
But like
polar
some-
bear versus outhouse.
Not fiberglass shithouse like we have down here.
No, he just wooden outhouse. I mean,
Just climb down the hole and embrace it, and you'll be fine.
something to give you enough of a pause of time that your neighbor can come out with his fucking casool. And
okay, I understand. Okay.
if you're dumb enough
You
to
see
be going
that
out
how
to take a
you're
shit without...
out in the middle of nowhere, Alaska, and you hear some random noise. You look out your window, you have your gun, and you're like, "Is that a black guy running from my outhouse?
Don't see that every day.
Oh, look, here comes a polar bear. Now I get it.
Who do I shoot first?"
The white guy, the white bear, or the black man?
Quick, throw him a Coca-Cola. They love that shit.
Oh, there you go. I feel better already.
That was brilliant, Anthony. That was brilliant.
I try.
So this weekend, one of our listeners was telling me about the Roseville Gem and Mineral Show down at the Roseville Fairgrounds. So I figured, what the hell? It's one of our listeners. I'll support them and go down and take a look at rocks
All right.
and fossils
Rock on.
and minerals. I thought Star Trek conventions were scary. Let's start with the first.
You met some crystal girls, didn't you?
No, I met some crystal lesbians. There's a difference.
Ooh,
none
no
of them,
God.
None of them smile. They all look angry.
Well, clearly your aura was tainted and you needed some fucking pink quartz right now.
Very likely.
Bend over. Here comes a pink quartz.
Why does it vibrate?
And it glows.
Sir, you look like you could use some of our jack-off crystals.
I just spit a cigar on myself. I don't think I've ever done that before. Oh, God. Thank God that was on camera.
You look like a jade man. Come here. Scott, we know what you like, amethyst.
Yeah. Given the color of his shirt, yes, amethyst.
Meow, pussycat.
So what was interesting is I was looking for a couple different things. Okay?
Not a good first sentence after we discuss Jack.
That's okay. I don't care. So first off, let's talk about, so Mom went with me, right? I said,
there
hey,
we go.
said, hey, you want to go? She said, sure.
Yeah, wingman.
So, yeah,
Sorry, Mom.
Mom will get hit on before I do, so that's just the way it is. So, first of all, let's talk about deodorant. People need to learn to use it.
That's any convention for anything.
This is true, especially furry conventions and fucking Comic-Con.
You said it, I didn't.
Comic-Con and furry conventions have the added bonus factor of most people are wearing some sort of costume or suit that is not helping that problem.
Yes, too true. So I go wandering around. I'm looking for a couple things. I'm looking for Megalodon tooth because I've always wanted one. They had some. I ain't paying fucking $300 for this shit. Not a chance in hell.
We gotta find you a fucking date.
Why do you think he went to the gem show?
Yes.
He was cruising. He's looking.
But you know, inevitably, and it was funny. Lisa goes, yeah, half the stuff you're going to see in here, they're buying wholesale from Arizona or New Mexico. And she was right. In the jewelry that I was looking for, you three know because you see it. And it's summertime, so I don't wear them enough because my hands are swollen. But my rings are pretty good sized. And they're either turquoise or malachite or something else like that. Found one that was tiger eye, set in silver.
Okay.
$180. Guess what was missing on the inside of the ring? The hallmark. No 925 hallmark.
I have no idea what that is.
925 is sterling silver. But they had some other cool shit, too. They had a lady walking around with a python, which everyone was avoiding. Don't blame them.
Hey, mister, you want to pet my snake?
They had a tortoise. Cool little animal.
You ride it?
No, too small, especially for my fat ass. Live bats. Can we say COVID's back, folks?
They're not serving them.
True.
Jesus Christ.
But it was fun, and it was kind of fun to go support a listener. And, there was some cool stuff there. There was some crystal material that was carved, amazingly intricate shapes and everything. So it was really cool. It was something to do. It was fun. But, yeah, it was interesting. The people watching by far was the best, though.
Always is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but like any convention like that, you forgive the pun, completely intended. You gotta kind of scan and find the diamonds in the rough of the booths, because like even when we went to that model railroading one, you had a lot of cool booths, but you also had Creepy Tim and his friend Steve, trying to sell the same 4 bins of shit they've been trying to sell since 1973. But
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. Did you know Tim and Steve, Scott, when you were a model railroader?
I have no comment at this time,
But
Senator.
that's everything. Even little like craft fairs in your local town, there's like the 3 or 4 like, oh shit, you're doing cool leatherwork or cool woodwork or cool glasswork, and then there's, I raise bees in my backyard and make statues of actors out of the wax that you can put in your dashboard. I'm like, okay, very cool, Mike. Very cool.
I'm making a woman suit. Would you?
I would. And then there were some things, Anthony, that even
I'm
I think
making a life-size statue of Ronald Reagan out of potato skins. All right, Stacy. Very cool.
there was a couple things though I think you would have really enjoyed, Anthony. One of the tables had shale fossils.
Ooh.
So, little fishes or little leaf patterns, or one of them had a horseshoe crab that was far too expensive from way back when in the dinosaur. There were some trilobite fossils. There were some ammonite fossils. So they had some cool stuff there. It's not the biggest show by any means, but there was, if as you say, look for diamonds in the rough, there was some cool stuff in there. There was also a lot of crap. And one of the things that, we four know who Lisa is because she comes in and hangs out with us every Thursday. She had a display. She's got a rock tumbler and does all that stuff. In fact, she's leaving next. She won't be here this week to go see she's looking for petrified wood and fossils in Wyoming.
Ooh, you can do some cool projects with petrified wood.
Well, she had a display case in there, and it was egg-shaped, highly polished, all these different stones, and they were beautiful. Looked just like little eggs. I mean, it was great. I'm very curious to know how she does that, but it was, like I said, it was interesting thing to do this weekend. The other thing, and I should have got him to call in to tell this story, but I will try to tell it the best I can. For all you RVers out there, including Scott and Larry, you will appreciate this. So I was pup sitting my buddy Wes and his wife's new dog. It is a Bernese Mountain Dog, and it is dumb as shit. That being said, the reason I was pup sitting is because they rented an RV. Rose's parents, Rose, Wes, kidlets, off they go to the Northern Nevada Railroad to ride the steam train out there and see stars. Because I guess you can ride it out to the darkest spot in the Great Basin and
that's on my
watch
list of
the
shit
skies.
to do. It is very cool.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a good time for that. The kids enjoyed it. You probably know where I'm going with this. They get on day 3 or 4 and they have to empty the black tank. They verify the valve is shut.
Oh, no.
They go to open the drain plug. It's pressurized and covers them in shit.
Oh.
Because somebody didn't drain the tank all the way, and from the knife valve to the gap was just in there marinating and pressurizing.
Yeah. and the horrible thing is you can't, like, if that happened to my dad back in the day, it was our RV. He has no one to blame but himself.
This was a rental.
Yeah.
And the water system failed halfway through the rental, so there was no shower. They had to find a truck stop to take a shower.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
There would be a strongly worded letter to the RV rental place.
Well,
Not only did I get covered in shit, then your fucking shower broke.
and the
I feel
fridge,
like this was planned.
the fridge stopped working. It was a shit show, but they had a good time nonetheless.
Literally.
Yes. Yeah,
Isn't there a Robin Williams movie about this?
probably.
Yes.
Yes, RV. And I think that scene happened too.
It did.
But yeah, it's just one of those. I will not mention the company that makes said machine, but it's a Mini Winnie.
Yeah, that's narrowing it down.
But yeah, so he was telling me that story, and Craig and I freaking lost it. I mean, it was hilarious.
Well, and anytime,
Poor bastard.
Anytime you're putting something, with that many, moving parts, as it were, out as a rental, there's gonna be issues because people don't take care of shit
Right.
when they own it. They surely don't take care of shit when they don't. But yeah, the cap and pressure and all that from draining the tanks is a real thing, and
You'll be lazy about that once.
the quick way to combat that in the future, or if you're listening to this and you RV at all or plan on RVing, is get yourself a garbage bag. Put the garbage bag over
Are you listening, Scott?
the end of the drain and take the cap off that way. That way, if something goes haywire, it's relatively contained in that garbage bag. It doesn't spray all over you.
Here's my crazy question. That shouldn't happen, but then again, this is a rental. If you own the RV, when you drain it, you drain the black tank first and flush it, shut the gate, and then you run the gray. So the worst that's going to happen is if you open it, because this has happened to me, it's like it's gray water. So no big fuss. You get a little gray water on you, no big deal. That's from the shower and the sink, not the shitter.
True, but you never know as a rental what could happen.
Right. That's what I'm saying. As a rental,
somebody pulled that pin, put it back. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Put it back. Now you've got 8 to 12 inches of pipe
methane
that is going to pressurize,
right?
Because that's what it does,
right?
So
okay, now I can see that happening because I was like, when it's your own and like mine, it's like I already know the last thing I pull is the gray. There's no way in hell I'm pulling the black.
Yep. But yeah, if any concern at all with this may I want to make sure nothing goes haywire. Just put a garbage bag over it, and at the worst in that case, you've got a garbage bag you got to deal with throwing away,
right?
Yeah.
And
other than your clothes,
and rinse. Yeah, you're not drenched in shit, as
You're
it
not
were.
burning the first layer of skin off.
Yeah.
Or do what I did, buy an RV that doesn't have a shitter. You don't have that problem.
Yeah, you have a new set of problems. Hey, here's my portable shitter, my bucket, and my toilet seat.
Does it work?
I didn't say it didn't work.
Do I get covered in shit?
What would you prefer?
Getting in the back of the truck and hanging your ass over the tailgate works.
Yeah.
We just don't recommend it.
That's true.
In popular company.
Or you can just get like a 38-foot RV and shit like a human being in a real toilet.
That's true. You can.
All right, I gotta ask because I'm curious.
Here it comes.
Cat hole, anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, cat hole.
Done it.
Scott.
You mean dig a latrine and crap in it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I've done it.
Okay. Good.
But
I can't make fun of any of you.
But you also get to the point, and you may or may not be there yet, Anthony, because of the scouting thing. I want to take a crap in the woods like a human
please,
being.
no, I'm not saying I prefer the cat hole. I prefer it to shitting myself.
True.
Yeah.
I was going to say, when he started this, now I need to be careful walking around the property.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
That looked like fresh earth right there. Ah, God damn it.
Bitch, please, I always put a rock or a log over it so someone doesn't come along and dig up my cat hole. That is common courtesy.
There's also another thing that comes along with now, mind you, this is at deer camp where we're not really chasing deer. We're drinking and smoking cigars. No coffee until you come back from the morning's deer hunt.
That's smart.
Even though I'm not going to see a deer and I'm not going to shoot a deer, no coffee until you get back.
Maybe that's what the universe is waiting for, is for you to lax and drink some coffee.
Dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine how this would play out? I'm freaking get up, make some coffee, go out in the woods, find my spot, sit down. Tummy goes, and you're like, oh fuck. You drop your drawers, you set your rifle down, you lean over a fucking log, and that's when the buck of a lifetime walks by, and you're too fucking far away to waddle with your pants around your ankles to your rifle.
Or a bear shows up.
And while you're there debating, he turns his head, and the second biggest buck you've ever seen in your life walks out, and he's like, "Hey, Tim, get a load of this."
You wing the first buck, and now all the deer make fun of him because he got shot by a guy taking a shit. It's just a flesh wound. It'll be all right. Boy, we have gone down the road on this episode. Holy crap.
It has been a journey.
So we're all about halfway through.
Yes.
So, Larry,
Sure.
what you thinking?
This actually has gotten mellower going through. Still a lot of smoke volume. And again, it's all Nicaraguan tobacco, so it's really smooth, really creamy. This would definitely be in the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Price point, no price point, whatever. This is a really good cigar. I am fond of most of Monte Cristo's stuff to begin with, and yeah, this. If you haven't tried one of these and you see one out at your local brick and mortar, definitely pick one up. Give it a shot.
Totally agree.
Again, we didn't pick a really good libation to drink with it. Buffalo Trace is not my not my favorite. It was what was available.
It's alcohol. I needed alcohol today, so it'll do.
Something, a little smoother would probably lend itself better to this. Buffalo Trace is a little hot.
What do you think? Rum maybe too sweet for the calmness of the cigar?
I wouldn't go sweet with this. I would go, something a little earthier.
Maybe a space side scotch.
Yes. A scotch, just about any scotch, I think, would go better with this than the Buffalo Trace did.
Sure.
But I mean, even if you were doing a mixed drink, you could do a vodka soda or something with this, because it wouldn't fight the flavor of the cigar. But no, I'm really happy with this. This is done really well.
Yeah, I like this.
Well, Anthony, you've gotten into it now. What is your thoughts?
This is also mellowed out immensely. It is definitely a medium. It is not full-bodied. Earthy, baking spices, like you said. That's the main notes I'm getting. It has mellowed out a lot more than I expected it to, and that's not a bad thing. But with how that first half inch burned and how dark it looks, I was expecting it to be a little bit more.
A little more punch, a
little bit more punch, a little bit heavier, yeah. And that, again, that's not a bad thing. And what is with that? That's been kind of the last year we've been grabbing dark stuff to smoke on the show, and then is that an our palate thing or is that an industry thing that's happening?
I think a little of both, but
yeah,
definitely an industry thing. We've talked about this, time and time again. The cigar manufacturers in general have looked at doing Maduro cigars different. They are definitely rolling Maduro stuff for flavor more so than for power.
Yes.
And I mean, congratulations. I mean, I would much rather have a flavorful Maduro than one that just kicks the dog shit out of me.
Right.
And don't get me wrong. There's some good, powerful Maduro cigars out there that I will grab one, every once in a while. But you got to be ready for that. You got to plan for that. You got to eat a meal.
Yes.
You got to know what you're drinking. Have your life in order. So to speak. But
right on.
By and large, man, the Maduro stuff that we've smoked over the last couple of years, I've been thoroughly impressed with.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Anthony. The medium body is really nice. I am getting a slight burnt flavor to it, but I believe that is not the cigar's fault. That is the cigar I smoked before this. I smoked a heavier Maduro. For those of you who don't know this brand, because it is temporarily out right now, I smoked a Via Havana Corona Maduro dark blue car on the ride up to the shop and prior to recording. So that is a more stout Maduro than this is. It is definitely full bodied with medium to full power in it, especially for that little of a stick. So for me, it's kind of the flavor profile is a little bit messed up for me right now. But I will say this: if I was going to pair this with something to drink, I think a bold Pinot or a good Merlot, a good dry Merlot, would pair perfectly with the flavor profile in this cigar, because it gives you the fruity note that you want to combat the dark, earthy, flat tones that this cigar provides.
That sounds reasonable.
So I think that would be where I'd go with that. Let's go back to Cohiba for a minute, because we talked about this a while back on a different episode. But Larry, you were talking to the proprietor this morning about for those of you that don't know, the quick backstory is Cohiba Cuba and Cohiba US, for lack of a better term, which is all Scandinavian Tobacco and Altadis. They own the Cohiba rights for the Cohiba Dot series in the United States. They've been fighting a legal battle for better part of 2 decades over who has rights to it. And please go right ahead.
Back in May, the most recent ruling was in favor of Cohiba Cuba, that the Cohiba brand, marketing, labeling, pictures, all that belongs to Cuba. That Altadis and such do not have explicit rights to use that branding. That will, I am sure, get
Appealed again.
Appealed again, because like Greg said, this has been going back and forth for 20 some odd years. Something that the proprietor mentioned to me when we were talking about this, and Alta, they've kind of latched on to other, what used to be exclusively Cuban brands, Partagas for one, because there wasn't really anybody in control of that at the time. So there wasn't anybody really to fight them just kind of grabbing that Partagas brand. What the proprietor mentioned is Cuba is not working on Cuban money anymore. They're working on Chinese money.
Right.
So that's a lot of dollars behind fighting that.
Mm-hmm.
And, what's that worth? You've been fighting it for this long. How much money have you put into that? It's not that big a deal. Leave Cohiba alone. Let Cuban Cohiba exist and market those cigars as something else.
Yeah.
It's not that big.
I mean, one of our favorites, the three of us, is the Cohiba Blue
Yes.
and the Cohiba Red.
Absolutely.
Just rebrand it. It's going to be the same cigar with the same blend. Just give it a name like,
The C.
the C or Cuban Classic or something like that. I don't know. But yeah,
Or the dot.
there you go. Red dot, blue dot, white dot, black dot.
Yeah.
If you use that idea, we expect a royalty check.
Trademark.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, I don't know. I think this will come back around again in a year or two, maybe a little longer, but it just seems like a waste of time and money to me.
Right.
Yeah.
For all the money that Altus has put up trying to take charge of this and control of it, you could have marketed these cigars as their own brand or under another label that you already have and been every bit as successful.
Yeah.
Because the tobacco, the cigar itself stands on its own, whether it's the blue, the red, whatever.
Yeah.
They're fantastic cigars.
Yeah.
I'd smoke them regardless of what the label says. So, it's just, how deep are your pockets, I guess. And, but every time this comes up in the news, every time there's an article about it, every time, even, podcasts like us is talking about it, it's a talking point. There's somebody somewhere that's going to go, oh, let me look into this, or hey, let me try one of those cigars. It's advertising, right, wrong, or indifferent. So,
Sure.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't raise the price of cigars anymore, please.
Because I can still remember the day the three of us had that Cohiba Blue.
Yeah.
And that was unfortunately, that shop is no longer in business because it burned to the ground. But that was the first time we all went to Rocky Mountain
right.
in 2019 at Havana Manor in Longmont.
That's right.
And, it was such a stellar stick.
Yeah.
And I think price point was about $20.
Yeah, $21. Yeah, if you haven't had a Cohiba Blue and you see one someplace, grab it and just try it. And it's I've smoked them with bourbon, with rum, with coffee, with beer. Dark beer. Yeah, it's just a great stick. I've smoked a handful of the reds too. I like the reds. But if there's a red and a blue, I'm getting a blue.
Right.
That's just how I'm rolling. But
I agree with you. I would normally go for the blue in a retail shop. Typically, and this goes to Cigar Bid. Typically on Cigar Bid, they don't put the blues up there very often. When they do, I would go for a red at that point because it's easier to get at a reasonable price point in that market.
makes Makes
but
sense.
you know, it's smoke what you like.
Yep.
I don't care if it's a Swisher. If you like it, smoke it.
That's right.
We'll give you shit about it
And cut
But-
it however the fuck you want to.
Here we go.
with whatever the fuck you want to.
No shit.
Although I do like your squirrel idea there,
Dude,
Bob.
We need to start looking. I'm sure somewhere there is a cutter made to look like a squirrel, a beaver, a toucan, something.
Need I remind you, we have discussed the beaver cut.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true. I have a water buffalo ashtray, so a squirrel cigar cutter would pair very well with that.
First step, we find a taxidermist. Find a stuffed ground squirrel.
No, gray squirrel.
Gray squirrel, excuse me. A gray squirrel. And then just basically put the mechanics in there, sharpen up the teeth or whatever have you. You take the tail and go, "Rah," and bites down. Your cigar is cut.
There are a lot of taxidermists in this area. We just got to call around.
That's right.
Patent pending.
I'm an idea man. That's what I do. Hey, that's my new, that will be my new vocation.
An idea, man?
Antique 1900 squirrel folding cigar knife is the closest I've found so far.
Okay.
Also could be a beaver. Unclear. It's a very abstract rodent.
The helpful beaver.
Dun dun dun.
Trademark.
I think we trademarked that one a long time ago, my friend.
Ah, fuck.
Many
I
episodes.
need to find employment.
You have employment.
Yeah, for the next 72 hours anyway.
It sounds like temporary housing.
Yeah. No shit.
So look forward to our next episode where we will be back from I will be back from Rocky Mountain. We'll do a little talking point on that, on our adventure. There will be, of course, be a live at a later date too.
Okay, we need to get soundproof headphones for Larry for the next episode because I will discuss, because tomorrow I go to get the shot in my knee.
Oh yes, I
That
forgot
is-
I'll
about
be
that.
late for that episode.
Did you guys see? Did you see the post that? And I left it on, even though it wasn't cigar related. I thought it was hilarious. Did you see the post that Rich, one of our listeners, posted on Beyond the Humidor Facebook group?
No.
Oh no. Okay. Well, Anthony can screen capture this, I'm sure. Let me find it. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Oh, gee, thanks.
10-4 standing by.
Squirrel cigar lighter has yielded better results. Antique brass squirrel desk. It's one of the forever match style strike, and it's a wick that burns.
Oh, send me that.
I've got a better one. See, I've got another idea. So you could have like the squirrel or beaver cutters, but then you also have the squirrel lighter, where it takes 2 steps. You lift the tail up and you pat the head, and then the fire shoots out of its ass.
Okay. All right. So
No one likes that idea. You're just like, okay. I got no reaction to that. No?
no.
Sounds like some kitschy shit they'd sell at Buc-ee's.
Hey, man, if you can get a Buc-ee's beaver that shoots fire out his ass, I will light the cigar with that.
the thing, squirrel
hold the beaver.
Squirrel lighter is not bringing up much wonderful. It's just bringing up like Zippos that have a screen print image of a squirrel on the side. It's kind of just.
Oh, what fun is that?
So Rich, and this is not Rich from Georgia. This is a different Rich, but he posted this video.
I don't want to see that shit.
The tool is stuck, and they're using a sledgehammer to get it
You
out.
Fuck straight off.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I was about to say that. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Okay.
Like, I want to see that shit. Thanks.
Thank you, Rich, for listening. Thank you for participating. We appreciate it.
Hey,
Check,
Rich,
please.
It's been nice knowing you.
Rich, I'm not afraid to say, go fuck yourself.
I think I have,
Now I gotta fucking edit this and look at that shit to put it in the video. You fuck.
yeah, thanks, Greg.
At least we know they're
I'm just gonna
listening.
put pictures of squirrels. I'm not even gonna put the video in.
There you go. Put a squirrel in front of it. That'll do. Hey, Gorilla. Excuse me, Anthony.
What?
Take me home. All right, as I ride this buffalo into the sunset, my cigar is getting closer and closer to the nub, so I think it's about that time. I want to thank you for listening, and on behalf of Anthony, Greg, and Larry, and myself, thank you for listening. Check us out at LimitCigarCartel.com. Like and share us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. I still need the fucking code so I can follow on Instagram. But that will be done at a later date. Also, hey, you got something to say? Send something over to info@LimitCigarCartel.com. Let us know you're out there. I'm Scott Robinson, and on behalf of us here at Beyond the Humidor, we look forward to chatting with you on the next episode. But until then, stay healthy and safe as always, and good smoke, good drink, good life, and good employment for most of us. Cheers!